Hi, my name's Kat Hallinan. I'm going to be telling you about the basics of how to start a painting, what you need, how to get started, and then we're going to go a little bit into how to critique a painting too. So first you're going to need a canvas. You can either buy a stretched canvas, a board canvas, or an alternative is to reuse an old painting that's already framed. It's cheaper because you can buy it at like a thrift store or a yard sale, or just reuse one you already have. And you would just gesso over it. This is gesso, it's just white primer. And that way it'll just make it white and you can just paint right over that, and it's already framed. So you don't have to worry about that. The gesso, you should only need one, maybe 2 coats, and it takes a few hours to dry. And you can buy this at like any art supply store like A.C. Moore or Michael's. Next you're going to need your paint. So there's basically three types of paint you could use. Sorry, my camera died. Okay, so 3 basic types of paints: acrylic, watercolor, and oil. Watercolor is really hard to control, but it's really pretty, and you can work a lot with like different shades, and it's also good for covering a big area of just one color. It's really quick. And then there's acrylic, which I recommend if you're a beginner to start with acrylic, because it dries really fast, so you can just, it's easy to fix mistakes because it dries, you can just paint right over it. It's really easy to control. I really like acrylic. I think it's my favorite thing to paint with. And then oil takes a while to dry, so that's going to be like a long-term painting if you're using oil. But it looks really pretty, and you can do a lot with texture with oil, like using this tool. You can do like, so that's how you're gonna get started on your painting. I might do another video showing like how to actually start the painting, but right now that's just everything you need and how to get ready before you can actually paint. Now, to do a good painting, you have to understand how paintings work. So I'm just gonna critique this. This is a painting I did for my Girl Scout Gold Award project. It's a copy of it, and it's a little disproportioned right here just because of the way it printed out, but yeah, don't mind that. So I'm just going to show you how to critique a painting. So what I did with the amount of the difference in detail, you can see I did a lot more detail on the face and the center, because that's where I want people to pay attention. So the faces are what's important about the painting, like the clothes and background, that's not really important. That's not what I want the eyes to be drawn to. So I did a lot more detail here. I also did lighter colors, so it looks like there's more light in the center. And I also did a different hue of colors than over here in the background, which also makes it stand out more. And another thing I did with colors is I used 3 main colors for the clothes: green, red, and blue, and they're all really bold, but they're the same hue, which is kind of like the same like shade, I guess. And I think this really works well together because of that. They contrast each other, but they also go together, and they also bring out the face because it's such a different type of color. And with the background, I always like to cover every inch of the canvas. I never like to leave anything blank or white. So, but I didn't want to do anything too busy, so I just did like a gradient of gray into black. because I figured if I just do it all one color, that's kind of boring. But I don't want it to be too busy, so I just did a simple, a little bit lighter over here, and then goes into black. It doesn't draw much attention, and it brings out the subject of the painting. Another thing to focus on when painting is you want to think about where your light is coming from, and that's going to affect where all your shadows are. So in my painting, the light's coming from like the top right. It's coming from like over here, so there's a lot of white here from the light, and here, and then right here there's a lot of shadows there, and in between their faces to show that it's like they're together. Also, just something to think about, you never want to do a solid color, all one color. You want to see how I did like a little bit of light blue, a little bit of dark blue, different shades. It just makes it more interesting, and nothing in real life is one color. So that's just the basics of how to critique a painting, and once you understand all this, it's going to be a lot easier making a painting. And yeah, that's it. Good luck with your painting. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.